question I had was related to people in their 18 to 40-year-old, that young adult to adulthood progression. Keeping them interested, engaged in Kingsport, and to where we don't become the brain drain, where people leave this area and leave Kingsport altogether. The truth is I think Johnson City gets a decent amount. There's actually a pretty decent study where they showed the migration from city to city and outflow and all that type of stuff. Truth is we got to have work here for people. So I run a technology company, and we try to hire programmers. Almost all of them are in that age range, and we try to hire them locally if we can. I do think that with the pandemic, we're seeing people seek out areas like this, hopefully in that age range, and we want them to have something to do in a nightlife. If you live here, you want to enjoy that type of stuff. So I think, having the extracurriculars they enjoy. So I think the pump track is going to be a big deal. I do know people drive city to city looking for those, and they like to live in those areas. Asheville's got a ton of that type of stuff that have gone there. Knoxville's got a huge one, or a huge mountain bike park. So making sure that we have that, or at least on level playing ground, or maybe elevated, is important. I know the pump track that's coming here is going to be competition grade, that from what we've been told. Which means we'll be able to actually put heads in beds in hotel rooms as well on the weekends to attract people here. And then, that's a young and evolving sport, and it's very, very hard. So I think that's going to do a good thing. And I think investing in more of those, parks and green spaces that'll support that activity is great. We have the mountains, we have the creeks, the rivers. Making sure paddling is something attractive to people. I think it'd be great. And the truth is, nightlife and restaurants is what people want. I think small business has a huge potential after the pandemic now to kind of set up and start restaurants and really start unique stuff. I think pubs and breweries are, one of the most attractive things to people in that age range right now. So making sure that we're, easy to work with, and it's easy to set those up, and everything's done correctly and safe is important for the city. But I think that helps invite that kind of lifestyle. So we have to make sure we have it there around here to kind of attract that age of a person. And the rest of it is really promoting the region we live in and the beauty, and there'll be people that want to live here and people that don't. So I think attracting those is important, but you got to have jobs. And so how do we make sure that people realize they can write software and do tech company business here, as well as somewhere else. And then there's going to be those large jobs. Eastman brings in lots of people with chemical engineering degrees and all that type of stuff. So we got to keep promoting that. With Ballard, the Center for Rural Healthcare, I think is a valuable thing, because not all America is always in an urban area, and a lot of the chronic conditions that plague this area, as well as that plague other parts of the country, they're rural. They don't have access to immediate access to big medical centers. So how do we treat and manage those people and give them a good quality of life over distance? And I do think that there's investments being made in the region for that as well. Kingsport needs to be part of that. And then promoting the circular economy. A lot of people in that age range do realize that we need to reuse items we get. We need to recycle. Sometimes even if they cost a little more, maybe that's okay. But if we can build businesses here that are promoting that type of circular economy, I think that would be a big step for Kingsport as well. And that will definitely help get some of the 18 to 25, 26-year-olds, because I think that's a huge part of their decision making as well.